You just turned 30. Happy birthday. You're celebrating with friends. Everyone's laughing, taking pictures. But later that night, you're lying in bed and something hits you. You pull out your phone. You open your banking app. Checking account, $4,200. Savings, $1,800. Total, $6,000. Then you check your retirement account, $18,000. You stare at these numbers. You do the math. You're 30. If you retire at 65, that's 35 years away. You need about $1.5 million to retire comfortably. You have $18,000. You're not even 2% of the way there. You're 30 years old and you just realize you're catastrophically behind. Your chest tightens. You can't sleep. You've been working for 8 years and you have almost nothing to show for it. Welcome to the 30-year-old money crisis. And you're not alone. Millions of people hit 30 and have this exact panic. But there's a catch. What you're feeling right now is either going to destroy you or save you. And the next 5 years determine everything. If you're 30 or close to it and you're terrified about money, stay with me because what I'm about to show you is why 30 is the most dangerous financial age and exactly what to do about it. My name is Mike and I make videos about how money actually works in real life. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I'm sharing what I learned about the 30-year-old crisis and how to survive it. Talk to a professional about your situation. Here's the deal. 30 is when reality hits. In your 20s, you had time. Retirement felt far away. You were figuring things out, getting established, living life. Money wasn't urgent yet. But at 30, the clock starts ticking loud. You're old enough to realize you're behind. Young enough to panic about it. Old enough to have responsibilities. Young enough to still be broke. It's the worst combination. And it breaks people. Let me show you exactly what's happening. The villain here is what I call the decade gap. It's the gap between where you thought you'd be at 30 and where you actually are. You thought by 30 you'd have a career. You're still figuring out what you want to do. You thought you'd own a house. You're renting. You thought you'd have savings. You have $6,000. You thought retirement was handled. You have 2% of what you need. The gap between expectation and reality creates a crisis. And the crisis makes you do one of two things. Give up completely or finally get serious. Most people give up. They tell themselves, I'll never retire anyway. Social Security will figure it out. I'll work forever. They stop trying. But here's the catch. The people who get serious at 30 end up financially secure. The people who give up at 30 end up broke at 60. Same starting point. Different response. Completely different outcomes. Let me show you exactly what the 30-year-old crisis looks like. You're 30. You make $55,000 per year. After taxes, you take home about $3,400 per month. Your rent is $1,400. Car payment $380. Student loans $320. Insurance $180. Phone $85. Groceries and basic $600. That's $2,965 per month. You have $435 left. But then there's gas, going out, clothes, unexpected stuff. The $435 disappears. You save maybe $100 per month if you're lucky. At $100 per month, it'll take you 1,250 years to save $1.5 million. You run the numbers and realize retirement is mathematically impossible at your current trajectory. That's a crisis. Stop right now and calculate your own numbers. What do you actually save per month? How long would it take to hit your retirement goal at that rate? Are you seeing the problem? Now here's where it gets worse. You look around and everyone else seems fine. Your friends are buying houses, going on vacations, getting married. You don't know how they are doing it. You assume they make more money, or their parents helped, or they're in debt. And you're right. Most of them are in debt. But you don't see that part. You just see the Instagram posts. So you feel even more behind. Not only are you financially behind on retirement, you're also behind socially. Everyone's hitting milestones and you're barely surviving. The comparison makes the crisis worse. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Almost everyone at 30 is catastrophically behind. The median retirement account balance for Americans aged 30 to 34 is $18,800. You have $18,000. You're exactly average. The median net worth for 30-year-olds is $7,000. You have $6,000. You're not behind. You're right where most people are. But average doesn't feel good when average means you're broke. And that's the real crisis. It's not that you're uniquely failing. It's that the entire system is set up to keep 30-year-olds broke. Student loans, low starting salaries, high rent, expensive everything. You're not broken. The game is, let me show you two people who hit the 30-year-old crisis. Person A and Person B. Both turned 30. Both have $18,000 saved. Both make $55,000 per year. Both panic. Person A gives up. I'll never retire anyway. Might as well enjoy life now. Stops contributing to retirement. Spends $435 left over each month on lifestyle. Eating out. Trips. Stuff. Lives for today. After 10 years, at 40, Person A has made zero progress. Still has about $18,000 in retirement because they stopped contributing. But they've also accumulated $15,000 in credit card debt from the lifestyle spending. Net worth at 40, $3,000. They are 40 and broker than they were at 30. Person B has the same panic, but responds differently. I'm behind, but I have 35 years. If I get serious now, I can fix this. Person B makes changes. Cut spending to save $400 per month instead of $100. Gets a side hustle that brings in $500 per month. Now saving $900 per month total. Invest it all in retirement accounts and index funds. After 10 years, at 40, Person B has invested $108,000. With growth at 8% average, that's worth about $165,000. Plus the original $18,000 grew to $39,000. Total retirement at 40, $204,000. They went from 2% of their goal to 14% of their goal. They are not there yet, but they are on track. And they are not panicking anymore. Which person are you going to be? Comment below because this decision determines your entire financial future. Now here's what most people don't realize. The 30-year-old crisis is actually a gift. It's early enough to fix but urgent enough to force action. If you don't panic until 50, it's almost too late. You can't save enough in 15 years to catch up. But at 30, you have time. 35 years of compound interest is powerful, but only if you start. The crisis is your wake-up call. And the people who answer the call end up fine. The people who ignore it end up broke. Let me show you the actual math. You're 30. You need $1.5 million at 65. That's 35 years. If you invest $500 per month at 8% average return, you'll have $1,146,000 at 65. Not quite $1.5 million, but close. If you invest $650 per month, you'll hit $1,500,000 exactly. That's it. $650 per month starting at 30. The crisis isn't that you're too far behind. The crisis is that you're not saving enough right now. And $650 per month sounds impossible when you're barely saving $100. But here's the catch. You can find $650. I'll show you how. First, you track every expense for 1 month. You find out you're spending $280 on food delivery, $150 on subscriptions you barely use, $120 on impulse purchases you don't remember, $100 on a gym you don't go to, $80 on coffee and drinks. That's $730 right there. Cut half of it. That's $365. Second, you get a side hustle, freelance writing, Uber on weekends, selling stuff online. Whatever, just $285 extra per month. That's $650 total. It's possible. It's not easy. It's not fun, but it's possible. And it's a difference between retiring or working until you die. But here's what people say. Mike, I can't cut my expenses more. I can't get a side hustle. I'm already exhausted. And I hear you. But here's the truth. You're going to be exhausted either way. You can be exhausted now while building your future. Or you can be exhausted at 65 working retail because you can't afford to retire. Choose your hard. Hustling at 30 for 5 years to get on track is hard. Working at 70 because you're broke is harder. You pick. Now let me show you what happens if you wait. You're 30. You say, I'll start saving seriously at 35. 5 years pass. You're 35. You still have $18,000. Now you have 30 years of retirement instead of 35. To hit $1.5 million in 30 years, you need to save $875 per month. You waited 5 years, and now you need to save $225 more per month forever to catch up. Those 5 years cost you $225 per month for life. Wait until 40, you need $1,300 per month. Wait until 45, you need $2,100 per month. The longer you wait, the more impossible it gets. 30 is hard. 40 is brutal. 50 is nearly impossible. The 30-year-old crisis is your last reasonable chance to fix this. But here's the catch most people miss. You don't actually need $1.5 million to retire. That number assumes you want to maintain your current lifestyle. But if you learn to live on less, if you invest in assets that generate income, if you build multiple streams, you might only need $800,000 or $600,000. The goal isn't a specific number. The goal is enough money generating enough passive income that you don't have to work. That's retirement. And that's achievable even if you're behind. Here's what you do starting today. First, commit to the crisis. Don't run from it. Accept that you're behind, and that's okay. Most people are. Second, set a real target. Not $1.5 million. Your actual number based on your lifestyle. Calculate it. Make it real. Third, reverse engineer the monthly amount. If you need $800,000 in 35 years at 8%, that's $367 per month. Way more achievable than $650. Fourth, cut expenses and earn more until you hit that monthly number. It's not optional. It's survival. Fifth, automate it. Set up automatic investment the day after payday. Make it invisible. Make it non-negotiable. Your future self at 65 is watching this moment. They're looking back 35 years to when you were 30 and panicking. And they're either thanking you for getting serious or cursing you for giving up. They're either financially free or working at Walmart. That future self is you, and you decide right now which version you become. Listen to them. Here's the bottom line. The 30-year-old money crisis is real. It breaks people. You're old enough to see the problem, young enough to feel powerless. The gap between where you are and where you need to be feels impossible. But it's not. With 35 years of compound interest, $500 to $650 per month gets you there. It's not easy. It's not fun. It requires sacrifice. It requires hustle. It requires saying no to things you want now. But the alternative is working forever. And that's worse. The crisis is your moment. The panic you're feeling right now is useful. It's your brain telling you something's wrong. Don't ignore it. Don't numb it with spending. Use it. Channel it. Let it push you into action. Because 5 years from now, you'll either look back and thank yourself for starting or regret that you didn't. The 30-year-old crisis is either the beginning of your financial recovery or the start of permanent financial failure. You choose. So tell me in the comments, are you 30 or close to it? What's in your retirement account right now? Be honest. No judgment. And if you're past 30, tell the younger people what you wish you'd done differently. Let's help each other through the crisis. And if this video just gave you hope that you can fix this, smash that like button and subscribe because I'm making more videos showing you exactly how to go from behind to on track. Let's survive the crisis together.